super sport, wet paint, big feet. I pull up and kill shit, 6 feet.
Alright, 6 feet going deep. It's Torius with
Braddy. SDotBraddy.
Alright, SDot, why don't you tell us about what you do?
I'm a pornography artist. I'm also a drug dealer. And from time to time, I like to do a lot of heroin.
So you grew up in Miami, Florida, right?
Definitely grew up. No, I definitely grew up in Miami, bro. I'm sorry for trolling. Yeah, I'm an artist and shit. I definitely grew up in Miami. I grew up in Kendall. I was born and raised in like North Miami and shit. But my mom moved me down here when I was like 3, and I grew up in Kendall.
How'd you get into pornography?
I remember when I was like 3 years old, my dad had a porn. And it's a true story. You can ask my neighbor. My dad had a porn. And I just popped it in and was amazed.
That was back when they had VHS porn?
VHS porn, you know what I'm saying? So like, it was mad scratchy, but I knew I could see it, like a couple of like asses and penises and like the paws, but I'm just being honest. Like, and it just looked all interesting. And from there, it kind of fucked my mind up now because I just love pornography. If I had a bigger dick, I would have definitely did porn. Facts.
Did you like the music in there?
I don't know. I don't remember the sounds much more often because there's a lot of like moans and shit going on. But I definitely remember being amazed at pornography at a young age.
How do you feel about like the Florida porn scene?
We actually have an amazing porn scene over there in Miami Beach. Shout out my nigga dude, Bruno Dickums and shit. But yeah, we definitely have a great Miami porn scene. But I just want to direct it. I don't want to be in it. It's like I just want to direct a sick-minded fuck scene.
What's like your like ideal scene?
So I'm more of like I always fuck to like the pizza delivery type shits. So like I'm the type of person to be like, you know, like something along that lines of like pizza delivery. More like I think now since we're 2017, I'm like more of like a Postmates type of guy. So like just deliver a girl's Postmates and fuck her right.
So it's gonna be like the drones. Like they're gonna have the drone. Like
that's fire. You could even add the drones. That'd be fire. Kind of creepy, but I think I want to keep it like non-technology. I think technology porn is too weird. All that robot shit coming out.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway.
No, but they've been making that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to have a robot bitch.
So, tell me about like growing up in Miami.
Growing up in Miami, it fucking sucked. Nah, I'm lying. I love my city. It was tight. I just think I grew up very blessed, very optimistic, and I faced a lot of adversity. I feel like being African American and shit, I didn't like a lot of normal African American shit, whatever the fuck that means.
So you would get pulled over a lot?
Nah, I wouldn't. I didn't drive then. But I would definitely like, I just didn't like the stereotypical shit. Like, I like skateboarding. Back in the day, I guess people would say that was some white shit. I like skinny pants, with a lot of other people say there's a lot of white shit. I just liked whatever the fuck I liked, and society had a label for it.
Were you like into Our Future since like they came out and like they're like, oh, you know, we're black and we're skating?
No, let's go back before fucking Our Future. As it goes back, is in 7th grade, I listened to a lot of Cool Kids, which is way before Our Future. Sir Michael Rocks, who ended up being my friend and shit. Shout out Antoine. But like, yeah, just looking up to people like the Cool Kids, because I'll never forget, they had this fucking commercial where Mikey was wearing these tight ass pants with fucking Sarah Bareilles. I'm not gonna write you a love. You guys remember that commercial, dude? It's a DirecTV commercial. I'll never forget that shit. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? Yeah, but like that was like my earlier influence, and then OF and Tyler came and fucking changed my life. When Tyler came out, I just related to him way more because I'm like, okay, wow, this kid is like speaking to me.
How do you feel about like the clothing that they wore? Like, how do you feel like their fashion was different?
I mean, I think Odd Future just showed that like they were like, we've been had groups that showed you that really you can do what you want, but I feel like Odd Future was just the first really do-it-yourself group for our generation. Like, but when I mean DIY, I mean like literally do-it-yourself, like no fucks given. Like, this motherfucker was wearing skinny jeans and a shirt to the VMAs, like where everybody's dressed up in a suit and tie. Like, that's fucking live as fuck. Like, really just a do-it-yourself, not give a fuck whatever you want. I always said that Tyler was like that nigga that wear dirty Vans and fancy places. I remember saying that shit growing up. Like, that nigga was always in dirty Vans and fancy places. That's like the raw shit to me. To kick your foot up on $1 million fucking table, but you got on dirty Vans, that's fucking live to me.
That reminds me of like Rick James. Like,
you feel me? On some Rick James, nigga. Yeah. Fuck your couch, nigga. Who the fuck, nigga? Dave Chappelle shit, you dig? Tyler, big influence. Cool Kids, even bigger influence. Lupe was a big influence too. But Lupe kind of like, But it's also for sure Pharrell, Skateboard P. But Pharrell wasn't really like a skater. Like, no offense, I'm not talking down on Pharrell, but he wasn't much of like he was for the skate culture, but I don't know.
He did a lot for like
the skate culture, but I don't know if he like physically skated, so it was just different. But then like Tyler fucked that shit up, came and fucked that shit up. I fucked with it heavy.
So when you're in LA, is like, do they have like a big influence over there since that's where like they're like originated?
Yeah, so I moved to LA because the title of my album is called Wildfire, and there's no way I could have created an album like in Miami called Wildfire if I'm not a place where Wildfire starts. So I definitely moved to LA just to get influence for that specific reason. Because I've been to LA numerous of times, and like I just needed to elevate my mind. I can't elevate in life if I'm not surrounded by elevation. And when I meant elevation, I meant more like the geography part of it, like the actual like platforms and mountains and shit. So that's exactly why the fuck I moved to LA.
Does that really help you to elevate? Because I've heard that before, but I didn't like really like.
Yeah, everybody's different. Like, does it elevate me? Fuck yeah. Like, if I can wake outside and see a mountain, I'm like, yo, I want to go there. But that just takes it deeper to life. Like, yo, you can really go wherever the fuck you want. You can elevate to wherever you want to. Why? Because if you can see that shit, you got to see your shit before you can elevate it. So if I'm seeing mountains and I see that it's obviously elevated, I'm going to physically, in my life, elevate myself.
So do you feel like being from Florida or Miami specifically that it's the opposite since we're like below sea level?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like the opposite, which is a good analogy to like take it to. But I just see it like, nah, Miami's where I grew up and shit, but like I just needed to elevate myself. I needed a change because I love my city. Miami's I know Florida in general is flat. We have a lot of hills and shit, but overall it had nothing to do with that. It's just for this specific album, I just wanted to elevate myself, and I had to take myself to where elevation is, so I moved to LA.
No, yeah, of course. How did your last album do? It was Private Sessions, right?
Yeah, Private Sessions actually did like pretty good. Honestly, people love it. To me, like, I treat albums like experiences. Like, yo, it was an experience. Like, people still to this day, like, oh my God, Darius. Oh my God, like, Dabs. And
yeah,
like,
I remember your the visuals were crazy too.
Yeah, everyone's always like, yeah, Dabs, Darius, and like, it's so crazy to me because like, as an artist, when you make art, you have to understand that like you're gonna have fans from different things that you do. So you might have a fan from the first project that you did. And you have to understand, as an artist, that fan may never be another fan of any of your other work. Mm-hmm. So I have fans right now that like still love Dabs and Darius, and I'm okay with that. I think that's the hardest thing I had to do as an artist, to accept that like people are gonna be fans of different things of shit that you create. So as much as people love Dabs and Darius, I'm like, dude, to me, like, that was an experience. Like, those songs are still amazing, but like, I think my new shit is absolutely flawless.
So you feel like you're always reinventing yourself?
Yeah, like that's the biggest thing, honestly, when I talk to Tyler as well, just taught me about reinventing yourself. That's like the biggest way of how he keeps himself alive. So that's what I'm doing, is reinventing myself no matter what. Denzel told me the same shit when he talked to fucking Andre 3000. He told him the same thing. You have to once you get bored with yourself, you're done with all this shit of your career. Like, Drake had a quote too. I think he said, the moment I stop having fun with it, I'll be done with it. That shit's the truest shit I've ever heard. Like, nigga, the moment I stop feeling bored with this shit, like, I'm done with it, because I'm only doing this shit to have fun. But along with came with the money, and came, I guess, fame, as people would say.
So do you ever feel like it comes as work?
Nah, dude, this shit is not my job. This is a fucking hobby to me. Like, I just happen to make money from what I do love, and that's what I try to tell people every day. Like, turn your job or whatever you love doing into your job or your 9 to 5, so that it doesn't feel like work. A lot of people do treat it like work. I do treat it like, I mean, I see it as work. Everybody got to eat. You got to make money, but nigga, I have fun with this shit. This shit is fun.
Yeah.
I get to do it.
You be spitting.
Exactly. Like, I think art in general is the biggest form of expression. You can express your art in any way. Art has no rules at all, no matter what it is. Drawing, physical art, creativity, musician art. It doesn't have no guideline. And if you can turn your art into a job, it's the best thing, or a job, as some people say.
What jobs have you had before? Like that?
My first job was fucking at KFC. Fuck that shit, nigga. Oh my God, fat ass thighs and legs and shit. You can get that bitch original, crispy, or grilled head ass. That shit crazy.
How long were you working there?
I was at 16, bro. I used to work at fucking KFC. That's how fucking pumped, bro. Like, this nigga's a millionaire at 16. I was at KFC. That's nuts. That shit crazy. But yeah, at 16, I was at fucking KFC. And then 17, I worked at Santa's Enchanted Forest. And then at 18...
But wasn't that like seasonal?
Yeah, that shit's seasonal. So then at 18, I worked at fucking McDonald's. No one knows that. Yes, I'm saying that on camera for the first time ever. No one knows I worked at McDonald's for 1 month, bruh. I worked at McDonald's for 1 month. Fuck that shit, nigga. And if that bitch who worked and hired me is looking at this shit, Oh my God, let me tell you exactly what the fuck happened. Cause so at these jobs at McDonald's, right, you obviously know that they want you to clock in on time. Like them jobs are like the type that like when you're on your day off and they need you, they'll call you in. And I hate that shit, cuz. So this is what happened, bro. I clocked in, right? And I was doing my hours. Everything was going good, bro. This fine. I ain't gonna lie, my employee was fine as shit, bro. She had like a little pink Cadillac. She was doing her thing. I'm like, damn, you got this shit working at McDonald's, okay? And I was 18. I was 18 at the time and shit, bro. And it's crazy. I already had music out. But I was like, damn, what I'm about to do, bro? So I worked at McDonald's. Bottom line is, I was trying to get all my hours in. I got off at 8, but she was trying to take me off early. She's like, oh, no, I need you to clock out at like 7. I was like, ma'am, I need these goddamn hours. I'm not clocking out because, like, when you need me to clock in hella early on my day off. Yeah, I told my manager I need them goddamn fucking hours, and all she fucking did was tell me that, no, you're not clocking out. So I got my mom to come in there. My mom bitched her out, and I told her I quit this bitch. I swear on everything. My mom pulled up. I told her I quit that bitch. Just got fired the next day. I ain't give a fuck.
Damn. That reminds me of Lil Yachty's story. Like, he was working at McDonald's for like a day or some shit, and then like they didn't like him because he had like the red braids. Yeah,
believe him, bro. Nigga, I literally worked there for a month, bro. Like, I remember I told her I was gonna rap and shit. She was like, nigga, you ain't gonna rap. I was like, all right, bet.
Damn.
Bitch, what the fuck now?
That's
bitch.
the best revenge, like when you blow up and you're successful.
I actually tried to go there to see if she was there. She don't work there no more. I'm trying to fuck too. If you're hearing this shit. No, I'm not. I love you, Jovi.
Is that your favorite? Was that your favorite job?
Nah, my favorite job was fucking Urban Outfitters. Urban Outfitters was my last job. That job was tight as fuck because I got hired because I remember, like, this is like 3 years ago now going on. I got hired in 2014. I walked in and this dude was a fan of me and I was like, oh shit, dude, that's tight as fuck. But like right now I'm still doing music, but I need a job. He's like, bro, we could hire you. I got hired, and then as my buzz kept going up, I actually dropped my album while I worked at Urban, actually, and then I'll never forget. And then that shit went up. I started seeing a difference. Like, people started coming in, and I started taking pictures and shit. My boss was like, yo, what's going on?
Yo, I wouldn't even lie. Like, I saw you there one time, but like I didn't want to say anything. But I was like, I was fucking with you.
Yeah, it was, dude. That was a weird transition in my life because it was like, okay, Braddy, you already got the fans now. Why are you at Urban Outfitters? But it's like, yo, like, I still need money, bruh. So then, my life changed though, because I went on my first tour. Like, I went on my first like solo tour with my own set with my nigga Denzel last year, and that shit changed my life. Then Urban understood. That's another thing too. They understood when I had jobs, because then my niggas were fans of like the people I was already around and shit. So it was kind of like trippy. It was trippy. Working there was like a gift and a curse, because like I got pictures taken of me and shit, like with fans, but then my boss was like, it was like a transition for me, dog. It was like the weirdest shit ever.
That's when you felt like everything was like starting to like blow up.
It was so weird, bro. I'm like, damn, this shit really real. But then I went on tour, and then I quit that bitch. They're like, yeah, Brady, you're not coming back. I'm like, bro, y'all know I'm not coming back. I have no reason to.
How was it like? You had to like get covers and stuff?
Pretty much is like, I would go on tour. They're like, yo, Brady, like, what are you about to do, bro? Like, you don't need to be here anymore. And I'm like, you know what, bro? You're right. Denzel would even pull up on me at work. True story, bro. Yeah. Hell yeah, that shit was funny as fuck.
Was there like a lot of kids like around him, like trying to?
Of course, bro. Every time he came to my job, bro, like every one of my employees was like, oh shit. I'll never forget my nigga Zay was like, damn, that's Denzel. I'm like, yo, that's just my ugly ass brother. That nigga ugly as fuck.
I think it's funny because you work in a place where it's like more like younger people, so they understand, like, because a lot of people, they'll probably work in a place and they're like, yo, oh shit, like,
who you taking a picture with? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, but that shit was tight, man. Working at Urban, and it also just taught me a lot. We have a lot of influence. And then we ended up being in the Urban music video after, which was amazing. I was in the Urban Outfitters video with Joey Badass and Denzel for the music video Zenith. That was absolutely crazy how that transpired like that.
That's funny because like a lot of people, when they blow up, they're like, oh, fuck my last place. Like,
yeah,
like we were
at Urban. I can get anybody a job at Urban too. If I fuck with you and you need a job, I can go to Urban and pull up on you. I got you. Just make sure you're 18 or over, by the way.
You have clothes in Urban?
I don't have clothes. I never will have clothes in Urban, bro. I would never do that shit. I love Urban. Nothing against Urban, but Urban is... Nah, let me just be quiet. Love you, Urban. Nah, my clothes will never be in Urban, no.
So, like, what was it that actually made you start? Because, from what I remember, you were playing sports, right?
Yeah, man. I played college football for, like, one summer. And before that, I played high school. And before that, I played Little League. I played football for, like, 10 years, bro. My dad was a semi-pro athlete. So I believe that in his life, he wanted to do the same for his kids. So I was amazing at football. Don't let nobody ever fucking tell you different.
I remember when we used to play here, like when we were little, like some kids, they didn't want to play against you because like you used to hurt them.
Dude, I definitely was nice as fuck at football. That shit was crazy. I was really good, but my dad engraved that shit in me. But I feel like when I got older, I had a mind for myself and I realized what I wanted to do, and it was definitely music. Because I was just always listening to some type of music, bro. It's kind of weird on the side. I didn't showcase it as much because I guess I had the football image.
No, yeah. Because I do hear that a lot. Like, when people were, like mentioning you, they would say, like, oh, he had, a really promising career, but then he decided to do music.
Yeah, dude. Gee, shit, nah, definitely. A lot of people would definitely say I had a promising career in football and shit. But that's why, I mean, it is what it is. I loved it, but when I got older, I realized that, like, bro, I'm really not trying to do this for the rest of my life. Because I'm the type of person when I got older, like, I like doing what the fuck I want to do. I wanted to be the athlete that, like, if I wanted to smoke weed, I want to smoke weed, and I shouldn't be penalized for it. Yeah. And I knew I couldn't do that. And it's not just smoking weed, like, just being who I am. Like, if I want to be reckless one day, like, and do something, I want to do it. And I feel like being an artist was just a way better lane for me to take because I could do whatever the fuck I want to do.
You don't have to have a concussion.
And I don't have to have a concussion. Dad definitely got a concussion my last year. That shit sucked.
Oh, damn. What was it like? Like, what was that?
Year, I missed 3 games, and it fucking was trash. I was already going to college, but I missed, like, the last 3 games and shit. It was trash.
Did you fall asleep, like, when you got it?
Nah, I went to the hospital. I was hospitalized for, like, a day or 2. Fuck concussions. I gave out a few concussions, though.
Do you play football with, like, the C9 or... like any of your boys?
We played football one time in Kendall, and I shook the fuck out of everybody, and that's facts. You guys, Denzel, who was there too, shook the fuck out of a lot of people. Is that Jovi?
Yeah, he is.
Tell her to come to the park.
We're actually at the park.
I'm sorry, y'all, in the interview. That's my girl. All right, whatever.
Yeah, just go to the park.
Who's, like, the second best football player? It's, you know.
Oh, damn. You about to make me put niggas on blast right now.
Just left. All right.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Damn, I'm probably going to go with the best, second best. I'm probably have to go with Cheap Pound or Yoshi. Cheap Pound wasn't in C9, so I'm going to go with Yoshi. Yoshi was the second nicest.
He runs fast?
As fuck. That little nigga got wheels, but he played track and shit, too. Yo, she just left?
Yeah, dude.
I'm fucking hungry. All right, whatever.
Yeah. Well, like, how'd you actually learn how to rap?
Damn, bro. Like, everyone asking that shit, and I'm like, I don't even remember, dude. Like, there's, like, no teaching it. I feel like you can't teach someone how to rap. It's like, you can't teach someone how to rap, though, but it's like, at the end, the talent would always come out. For a prime example, I'm not even talking down on nobody. Like, Eazy-E didn't know how to rap, but he learned how to rap.
Because the way I saw it was, like, because I remember the first thing I heard from you was the tape with Pouya. And I remember I liked Pouya because, like, he was spitting, like, Bone Thugs, right?
Yeah.
And you were spitting fast, too. But you had your own, like, way of doing it, you know? You were you were the first person I ever heard that was, like, actually aggressive with it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
no, I definitely got aggressive with that shit. Pouya was so smooth with it.
Yeah.
Shit, man, I think music allowed me to, like, once I did that, because I would take out my anger in football. But I think once I made music, it allowed me to take out my anger on tracks. Like,
were you angry at a lot of things?
I wasn't angry. I think I was just more mad at, like, growing up, how I got called, like, an Oreo and shit. And, like, now a lot of those same people do the same shit. And I'm just like, bro, the whole time, I was just that nigga. Like, every motherfucker, I'll never forget wearing skinny, bro. Wearing skinny jeans growing up was fucking hard, bro. Definitely. As a black nigga, bro. Yeah. I wore, like, tight-ass pants and, like...
Yo, I wouldn't even lie. You called me that one time.
What?
I'll be an Oreo.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got called Oreo too. Like, it was just like back in the day. Like, it's like if you weren't doing the normal shit like that, like, you were an Oreo. Like, that shit was weird.
No,
I always got called the whitest black kid.
I didn't know that you were feeling that way too, because they would say that to me all the time.
Yeah, what saved me though was playing football. I ain't gonna lie, I was nasty at football, so that shit saved me. But the niggas is confused because, like, I play football, then I'll get on a skateboard, and niggas like, bro, what the fuck are you, like, what type of breed are you?
But wasn't there, like, a time where, like, it was cool to skate because it was, like, everyone was, like, emo and shit?
Definitely not. I don't remember it being cool to skateboard. Like, you can have a skateboard. Nigga, it's way more... Nah, it was definitely not cool to skateboard. It was cool to skateboard back then, but, like, if you were a black skating board, like, that, why you doing that white boy ass shit, dog? Like, you know what I'm talking about. But not even that, nah, bro, come on, bro. It was definitely not cool to skateboard back then. It's the culture now, it's way more cooler to wear Thrasher than it is now than it was back then.
They didn't call you a poser back then?
Nah, fuck no. Actually, I've been with the skate shit since, like, 07.
No, I mean, like, back then, if you wore Thrasher, they wouldn't call you a poser, right?
Fuck no, dog. Like, nah, you're a Gucci. If you wore Thrasher, nigga, you knew what you were doing because no one was in that. Like, you're like, okay, you skate, obviously. Now, niggas definitely called you poser if you had them fat ass DCs. You know what I'm talking about there, right? Them fat ass DCs. There's dude, I'll never forget, I had this other pair of shoes.
They have Etnies too. Etnies not Etnies.
Audios.
Etnies snap audios.
Remember Audios? But I had a fat boom. My first pair of skate shoes were some fat ass black.
I had those too.
Them Audios is ugly as shit. Cause
I had I told my.
Video foot look huge.
I remember there was like a certain like DC that was cool that everyone like that was wearing, and then like I told my mom like, oh, I want DCs.
the Commanders.
The
DC Commanders.
They sound ugly.
The shits were ugly as fuck.
They
Cause
sold them at like JCPenney and stuff.
I'm Gucci off that, but you had to get see the niggas got a hold of CCS.com.
Yeah, right.
When you had CCS,
on CCS.
CCS changed the game, nigga. If you ain't had the CCS denims that ripped every time you skateboarded the first time, CCS had them denims 2 for $30 each. Niggas don't know about that. You remember that shit, dog? 2 for $30 each, cuz.
Hey, was he gonna come in?
2 for $30 each.
No, yeah, definitely. Like you got a lot of stuff off of CCS.
Bro, I think I had a whole like everything. At one point, like when I really got into the skate culture, I knew that okay, bro, you gotta get everything from CCS. I think I my deck from CCS, pants.
No, that shit was hella expensive. Like where you working?
Nah, CCS was cheap. You had to buy the CCS brand. That's why you was fucking up. Cause you try to get the Enjoys and shit, huh?
Yeah.
That boy tried to be on that expensive shit, bro. CCS, nigga, why wouldn't you buy from their brand? Remember they had the jeans and they were the first ones that ever had the chinos, nigga.
Yeah,
bro, they were the first one with the chinos. Not the first ones, but like CCS was like, they had the chinos. Like, damn, that's when you was really on your skate shit. That's when you really knew who skated and who didn't, dog. That shit's so funny, dog.
No, but I don't think chinos were that cool at that time, though.
Bro, that's the thing. They've been cool. Dude, no offense, skate culture has one of the biggest influence on, like, fashion in general, bro. Like, the cuffing of the pants is skater shit. The shoestring belt is skater shit. Like,
But they don't wear shoestrings anymore.
are you kidding me? ASAP Rocky wears a shoestring belt. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, dude, that shit's not going
Are we
nowhere.
wearing stuff like this? They'd be like, oh, are you wearing shoestring? And they'd be
I
like,
feel like those right there, they actually got that from the like skating scene. Like,
think so?
that's what happened.
That facts, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Skating, that shit started a lot, bro. Skate culture in
Definitely
general.
Supreme, like,
Supreme.
how do you feel about Supreme? Like how like they be like reselling and stuff.
I mean, you gotta think about it. When you first start a brand, you want to be as big as you can. So that's why I don't hate on Supreme. People say, "Oh my God, Supreme's hyped." Nigga, if you had a brand, you would want your brand to be a Supreme. Think about it like
I
that.
feel like that's what everyone that starts a brand, they're like, oh, I want my shit to be like Supreme, like exclusive, and
Not even like Supreme, but as big as a Supreme. If you're not doing it big, then what are you doing it for? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you had a clothing brand, you would want it to be as big as Supreme, not Supreme, but as big as Supreme.
When do you feel like Supreme like got like the biggest? Like at what point in time? Like that they just like blew up out of nowhere.
I mean, Supreme's really been on for years. If you want to keep it a buck. I just think like a few years ago, it was just a lot more exclusive. Like, pieces were a lot more exclusive to get. The prices of pieces were a lot more exclusive to get.
Yeah, because I feel like
Supreme also went out of control with the collabs, bro.
You think so?
Nigga, I know so.
What do you think of the Louis Vuitton Supreme collab?
No comment on that. So serious.
What about like the Off-White and Nike?
No comment.
You don't fuck with it?
I don't like a lot of shit, dude.
What are you wearing now?
I got on this 2003 BBC ice cream hoodie. Thanks to my dog Chino.
Is that rare?
Come in the shop, bitch.
Got some rare shit right now.
What's up?
I also got this Red Hot Chili's pepper shirt that Tyler Grosso gave me at the last Red Hot Chili's pepper show in Hollywood. Facts.
They're having another show. I just saw Fly for it.
They are. I think I went to the last one in Hollywood though, in like LA, if I'm not mistaken. Aren't they on their last tour though?
I think so.
They're definitely on their last tour.
Did you get to meet them?
No, I didn't get to meet them. No, Tyler did though.
Who's like someone that you want to meet like really bad that you haven't yet?
I already met who I wanted to meet, bro. I've literally met. Only person I haven't met for real who I really want to meet. Like, I only really fanned out over 3 niggas. Tyler, obviously, I fanned out over Pharrell at Flock Now 2015, and I still need to meet Kanye West. That's it.
You haven't met him yet?
I have not met Ye. Never been to a Ye concert. I'm waiting. I always tell myself like it probably hasn't happened yet because I just need to be at the concert backstage like with him. That's why it hasn't happened yet. That's why. Nigga, I had it like honestly. That's so crazy. I've never been to a Ye concert.
I haven't either.
Ever. But yeah, bro, I met who I wanted to meet already.
What about working with? Who do you want to like actually make a song with, a collab with?
Right now, I really only really want to fuck with my nigga Tyler. Obviously, I want to work with Tyler eventually. I definitely want to work with Skateboard P eventually, but I want to really. I'm fucking with this kid named Brent Fayez, who was on fucking Golding's record crew, the one who's singing the hook. She sing money. That kid's fucking amazing. And like Daniel Caesar, Cali Uchis. There's like there's a few like gems. Oh, Sid, I want to work with Sid so bad.
Sid the Kid.
Yeah, from the internet. Steve Lacy, I want to work with. There's a few gems that I want to work with, like, but T is my biggest one. I just want Tyler to produce something for me. He don't even gotta give me a verse. Just create some beautiful shit. Just give me some crazy shit.
What about like?
It will happen.
What about who's coming up right now for like? Oh, how do you feel about the Florida scene?
We're running, nigga. We run hip hop right now. And I'm saying that on camera. We literally run hip-hop from Smoke Perp to Lil Pump, Denzel Curry, X, Ski, and the list goes fucking on.
You fucking with everyone that's coming out?
I fuck with the energy. Do I listen to everyone's music? No. Am I a fan of everyone? No. But I support everyone, yeah.
Yeah. How was it like seeing when Denzel got on the XXL cover?
Long overdue. Long overdue.
Yeah,
because got that shit back in 2014. I mean, everything happens for a reason, the right reason, but long overdue, and everyone knew that shit. Everyone knew that shit was long overdue. But I think he got it at the right time.
Because I remember a lot of people were saying that the only like actual lyrical people on the list were like him and Young Dicky. I know Dicky, but not.
Who else is on the list again?
It was like Kodak.
Him, Kodak, Yachty, Uzi, 21 Savage. But who's in his group? I mean, I fucked with Denzel. I fucked with a lot of people's music in that group though too. Like 21 Savage makes amazing music. Kodak makes fire music. This goes on.
Yeah, because I know that this XXL cover, or like the 2016 one, was like the one that like changed a lot of people because it was like.
Who was on it again?
It was Uzi, Kodak, Yachty.
Yeah, that was the era. Denzel's cover was the era of hip hop where there was like, okay, who the fuck are these niggas? Like, that was the first cover where niggas like, okay, who the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
Like, but look at them now, bro. Look at them now.
No, of course. Are you guys still like working on music like together?
Yeah. Well, Denzel just dropped some shit with JK. I've been on my completely different wave of just making music. I a little bit isolated myself. Because I make music based off experiences and, like, the experiences that I was in for this album that I'm about to drop. I was in a relationship. So I have not been making music with them. I've been making music with my group of friends that I found along the way. Not found along the way. I'm talking hella shit. He'll be so mad if I said that. I've just been making music with a different group of people. Like, I stood away a little bit from, like, the average because I'm so big on, like, not painting the same picture twice. Yeah. Like, stepping outside of your comfort zone. So I worked with like a lot of live instruments on this album with my friend Julian, aka Kaizen.
Are you planning on working with the Florida artists, like the new ones that are coming out?
If it makes sense. I'm just all about whatever music makes sense. I don't give a fuck who you are, how many followers you have. I just want to make the best music that I know how to. So if that's with a motherfucker that has 70 followers, but this motherfucker plays a flute like a goddamn genius, I'm going with him. And whoever sounds better on the track, I don't care who you are, but I'm just all about making the best music.
What about when people reach out to you?
Yeah, like I said, if it makes sense. I've never really been big on, like, I'm so really big on, like, being somebody's friends. First off, I don't want to work with nobody who's not my friend because that's just not how music works with me. Maybe to other people, they see it as a business move. But, like I told you before, if you're just having fun with it, it's not a job or work. It shouldn't be a business mindset, but some people might take that the wrong way. I just can't work with nobody who's not my friend. That shit's weird.
No, yeah.
Or who at least I'm not a fan of. You know? Because this is my art. Like, we're sharing our arts together, so if we're not really, like, friends, it's kind of just weird to me.
Has that ever happened that you work with someone that you didn't really care?
I mean, I've had to do features, like, in the past for bread and shit, but other than that, I don't work with no one who I don't want to at this point. Fuck that. Why?
You take a little while, like, because you said that you wait for your like experiences to come before you make music. Yeah.
Well, me personally, like, I mean, I told you I look up to the people that I've always looked up to has just always said something to me on their albums, and only way I know how to make the best music is by living. Like, anyone who knows me or listen, if you've ever listened to my music, you know that half of the time I'm talking about something that happened. Like, even if I'm having fun on it, I'm talking about something with bars that happened to me. And that's the only way I know how to create music. Like, cause I only create music because that's the only way I know how to express myself. So I express myself based off what's happened to me. So I feel like that's why I just take my time with it, because I want to make sure on every album that I'm saying something, bro. Like, there's people listening. Like, I fuck with a lot of people's music, but the people that I listen to, the people's music that influence me, they've always said something that I've related to.
Who are those people?
Who I named before, bro. The Kanye Wests, the Pharrells, the Tylers, the cool kids. Like, they've said shit that they've gone through, or that they were currently going through, whether it was in culture or fashion or whatever, that influenced their life. So,
but how do you feel that it's advantageous to actually make the songs, like putting your time into them and everything, when a lot of other rappers and other artists are like just putting shit out like consistently?
I don't worry about that, because at the end of the day, the music speaks for themselves. And a prime example I'm going to bring up again is Tyler, the Creator, who doesn't give a fuck what no one else is doing at all. And he has a Grammy-nominated album now.
Yeah. How did you feel about his album? You liked it?
It's absolutely flawless. There's not one bad track. It's the best album and his most mature album. It's fucking insane.
Did you like his transition? Like, how'd you feel about like him going from like schizophrenic Tyler to like
you said, he always reinvented himself. He's a fucking genius.
Yeah.
And as people grow with their career, no one stays the same. You can't expect him to rap about raping bitches forever. Everyone grows up, bro. Like,
yeah,
that's what happens when you stay stagnant, when you're doing the same thing. I'm not gonna say no names, but like rappers and shit, when they rap about the same thing, bro, like, you stay stagnant. And it just goes to show you, every artist I looked up to has evolved in every single way, bro. Every single way they've evolved. Pharrell, Drop It Like It's Hot Pharrell, and then Happy Pharrell. Two completely different people, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You evolve. You can't stay in the box, bro. You will stay like that forever. And I mean, it's not a bad thing, because everybody can evolve, but the people I look up to fucking evolved, bro. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy Kanye West versus my Graduation Kanye West.
Right, and heartbreaks.
You feel me? You have to evolve, bro. You have to step outside your comfort zone, even if it's not the best. It's just different. Like, a lot of people hate Kid Cudi's, what's that album, Speed and Bullet to Heaven? Some people hate that album. Yeah, I don't know how many Cudi fans, but like, to me, I'm like, damn, this nigga stepped outside his comfort zone. This shit kind of ass, but like, it's kind of dope. Like, he stepped outside his comfort zone. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, that's just going back to what I'm saying, though. I stepped outside my comfort zone. I took my time with this album, and it's absolutely flawless, dude. And I don't know, it's kind of, sometimes I cry because like, it's life-changing, bro. Like, I don't know, I look at, it's not hard, but I definitely look at my friends growing up around me. I'm just like, dude, all my friends are so big. Like, when is it my turn? And then I'm just like, dude, Brady, like, you have to understand, dude, everyone has their own lane. You can't, when you start doing that, you lose focus of what your goal was anyway. And like, damn, bro.
So you never feel like you should have been like blown up like there with them?
No, I do. No, I mean, I do sometimes, dude. I'd be like, you know what, dude? Like, fuck, dude. Like, my friends have blown up. And then I also like, dude, but your friends, Brady, have also put out tons of music since you've done that. You've only put out one album. And before that, you had one mixtape with Pouya. You know, like, you got to look at your lane and what you're doing and know that your lane is going to take a different route. Yeah, that's because of what I'm doing.
I was saying about like people putting out music and then
when people, I mean, yeah, bro, I'm a quality over quantity guy any day. Big facts, super facts. I'm quality over quantity any day.
What do you actually think about when you're like in the booth and you're just like going hard and like putting all that energy out, like you did with Darius and like Sex with Angels and Demons, and it's like
those are, like I told you, experiences, bro. Sex with Angels and Demons was an experience that really happened. When I said, have you ever had a white girl when an Asian do cocaine? That really happened on my 20th birthday. Darius really happened with my cousin. It's experiences, bro. Like, I take all that anger, like, on the track. Like, I was already telling Chino and my other homies, like, on this album, which is done already, I was working on it from a 2-year. So after Private Sessions dropped in 2015, I was in a relationship. So then I started dropping that music. So I started recording that music for this album. But for now, like, my mindset now is already after this album. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So, like, my next mode.
You're thinking ahead in the future.
My next mode it's already been happening to me. Like, what I'm gonna rap about on the next album is happening now. So now I'm in a fuck these niggas mood. I'm that nigga mode. I'm about to start rapping my ass off again, because there's a lot of singing. I'll admit, there's a lot of singing on this new album. Like, it's just a lot of, like, it's just beautiful.
Like, singing, you're singing, or like you have someone else?
I have a lot of shit. Like, I have a lot of shit. I'll play for you in the car, but I have a lot of shit. Like, I'm singing, niggas is singing. Like, I'm expecting the female fan base to fucking take off right now, because if you're looking for, like, Darius Braddy or, like, Warbucks Braddy, it's there. But if you love Dabs, the song I Have in Black, that's the Braddy that you might get times 10. That's the best way I can put it without giving it away. So if you like Dabs, then you're gonna fucking love this album.
What about the people that they're expecting, like Warbucks, Braddy, but then they're like, oh, damn.
I can't forget about them, obviously, because, I mean, they just have to understand that I was in a relationship, so that type of music is not, I'm not going to, like, I wasn't on that. I was, like, heartbroken and shit. I fucking love this bitch. But I'm still putting out rapping ass shit. I did some EDM shit with a disclosed artist. She was very big. I never thought I'd do that shit in LA. That was really weird, too. That was really weird. But it was really fun. I was off a lot of shit.
Do you ever see yourself going in like an EDM lane?
Fuck no. I don't know, man. I can't talk shit, dude. Honestly, if I have fun with it, I had fun with that track that I did. So if it goes in that lane, I'm all for it. But I don't plan on taking that lane, you know? Like, I'm just down to make music, and wherever it goes, it goes. Like, that's how I see it. That's why people say, what type of genre do you make? I'm just like, my genre. I don't know, bro. Like, whatever the fuck I like. Like, I don't know how to explain that shit. Like, I don't know. I hate when we put, not that we hate, I hate when we put labels on shit, but I don't hate it, because we have to categorize everything, but I just don't know, bro. I'm just making what I like. It's genre I like. How about that?
That's SDotBraddy.
SDotBraddy, bitch. Nah, honestly though, man, I'm about to be lit, dude. Honestly, I love all my friends. I love my niggas, bro. Shout out to my nigga Denzel. Shout out to my nigga Rich Chicka. Shout out to Pouya. Shout out to Fat Nick. All the day one homies. It's still love at the end of the day. I just feel like for this specific album, though, I didn't need anybody. Like, I really didn't. I didn't need any of those, like, features. I was good off that. But I do have two. I have 2 features on this album, like, that are non-rapping niggas. Shout out to my nigga Rich Chigga. I love you, Brian. Kind of just gave something away. Fuck.
Nah, I'm like looking forward to that right now. I fuck with Rich Chigga. So, do you ever miss like people not knowing who you are?
Damn, that was a good ass question, bro. My heart just dropped, bro. I think about that shit all the time, and I'm just like, there's no going back. Like, I've already been known for something that I already did in my past, which is music, obviously other tapes that I dropped. So my life will never go back to normal. But at the same time, bro, I think it's a gift and a curse. Like, I make music because I loved it, but when you did it, it's a responsibility. Every power comes with a responsibility. Shout out Uncle Ben from Spider-Man. Remember he said that shit?
Yeah.
With great power, great responsibility. Real shit, though. Like, that's why I be telling artists, like, yo, if you can, use your platform for something cool, bro. Like, rapping about that shit is cool, bro. But, like, you got kids listening to you, bro. Like, I mean, I'm not here to say who to judge or whatever, bro. But, like, nigga, why not use your influence for some crazy other shit? Like,
how do you feel about like the influence that Lil Peep has right now? That's like making like artists to stop rapping about like Xans and like drugs and.
It's
stuff
unfortunate
like
that he had to fucking die for niggas to realize that, but like, I can't be mad at the change, right? Yeah, it's like
it's positive.
It's like and bittersweet. Like, everyone loves you when you die. Shout out Peep, man, I love you. Nails painted fucking red for you, and I had R.I.P. Lil Peep on him. R.I.P. Gustavo.
Do you have any last words that you would like want to say to him, like if he would know?
You're a legend, and you will continue to be a legend. That's all. I would just say that, like, he's a legend and will continue to be a legend. Music lives forever, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like what he was saying in his songs, bro, is so important, bro. Nigga was speaking to people. Like, you just want to leave a legacy. Only thing you have left when you leave this world is what you left behind. That's why my music is so important to me. That's why it takes so long, because, nigga, when I die tomorrow, the only thing that lives on is what I left in this world, bro. Peep's music is going to last forever. Forever. You can find that shit 20 years from now on someone's internet, someone's CD. So that's why I'm so big on, like, the energy that you leave. The only thing you have when you leave this earth is what you left behind. So my music is so important to me, bro. Like, it's literally like the last. I treat that shit. It
kind of feels like he's not even dead, because I see him, like, all over, you know,
you
like.
feel what I'm saying? Like, you see him all the time. It's like, nah, this thing's not dead, but, bro,
when I
like.
listen to him on, like, you know, I'm playing him, so it's like, it feels like he's, like, right there, you know?
I'm telling you, bro, when you die, the only thing you have left is what you left behind. And to me, that's my music. That's why it's so important to me. Like, what I say. Yeah, so important to me, bro.
Little kids gonna be listening to you, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, I want to be like him." So,
yeah, that's how, man. Quality over quantity any day. Facts.
Yeah. So, you have anyone you want to shout out, real quick?
I love my mom. Shout out! Oh my gosh! Shout out the Canadian bacon at this space. At this space on La Brea in LA. Yo, I feel like there's a fucking ghost coming around.
That cat's still following you,
bro. If that cat is around here, my nigga, bro.
Did it have a caller? Because I heard a caller.
I keep hearing some shit, right?
The cat be sneaking up.
But yeah.
Shout out to my girl that's bringing me IHOP right now, bro. She's bringing me a French toast, cookies and cream, with a chicken and waffle, butter pecan syrup. Oh my god. And shout out 6 Feet. And love and memory, R.I.P. I hope you miss me.
What about where they can find you at?
Back page. I got my profile picture. You can find me on Tinder too, on the low though. You can also find me. Oh, I got a Christian mingle and a Black People's Meet. I'm on that shit. Nah, honestly, you can find me on Twitter at SDotBraddy. Everything's SDotBraddy. Google everything, whatever. SDotBraddy. Braddy. No one has my last name really, so like it should come up fast as fuck.
For sure. So it's been 6 Feet with SDotBraddy.
Hey.